Hello everyone, I hope you are well. I thought we would do just a little grid healing today, or a mat healing as I call them. Not sure what on. We'll just work down the chakras as normal. So I've got all my magical tools to hand, around and about. So let's just pick an OM out. And this one is catching on my hand. So this is the apple. Quert. And apples like to grow at human level. That is why they're sort of close to the ground and nearer to us. So I'm just going to draw that OM right down your center line. And invite the quert to come in and ground you. So if this doesn't quite work in the feeling, just imagine yourself looking at an apple tree directly at the trunk, and then cast your eyes downwards into the ground, and hopefully you will be feeling movement coming out of your feet and down and down and down. And some of those roots root into the crystal and mineral veins of the inner earth. And you may instinctively be seeing colours, and they will be correct for you at this time. And then a further tap root will carry on downwards and downwards and downwards until it reaches the very centre, the very core of the earth, where it finds a giant stone to wrap itself around. And then we need to protect. So I just want you to imagine a beautiful flame at the centre of your being. And that flame glows and it grows, pushing everything out of you that doesn't belong, pushing it out to the sides, pushing out to the front, pushing it out to the back, and pushing it outwards above you and below you, creating a wall of fire around you. Okay. So let's just put that over here, where you can just see its glow. Alright, so I'd like you to imagine that you're in a beautiful garden, and the weather is sunny, and you feel like you'd like to rest in this garden. So I'd like you just to lean with your back against that apple tree and just feel it. Your spine molds to it, and the happiness of the apple seeps in. You feel very comfortable and secure. And I'm just going to run my hands down the chakra line, and then down you. So just a little word about this. I want you to just imagine that this is in your body, and this is what we call a proxy. And you can probably feel when I do that down you, and you can feel when I start sweeping things away. And I'm going to draw that apple symbol down here. I drew it into you down the screen. So now And just see if you can feel this happening in your body, because I believe that as you watch the shaman or the healer, you can feel this in your body. Let me know if that works for you, because it certainly works for me. All right. So I think we're just going to start clearing. And I'm going to use the abalone shell. So I'm going to draw that symbol into here. And then I will draw it into you at the screen. Okay. And first of all, I'm literally going to start clearing down your body. So from the mind, we're taking away any doubt. The crown is where you get your messages. And let's just imagine that it's a little bit dusty. Imagine a diamond with dust on it. And we're just going to draw out any of that dust. We're just going to polish it up for you so that you can trust your inner guide, your own intuition, and this is most likely going to be your higher self. Okay, so let's just clear the energy around your crown, holding it above you, pulling up. So I'm going to send energy now. And if you're wondering what the crystal at the side is doing, it is stabilizing that big crystal wand. Okay, so I'm just channeling energy back in now. Channeling energy from the earth, I feel. So bringing those thoughts earthbound into your body. Bringing that confidence that you're getting your messages into your body. My rings are labradorite and warrior agate. And they will add to the treatment as well. Okay. So I'm going to draw a chakra ray down you, and I'm drawn more to working at the screen right at this second. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same into the stone. Okay. So let's take a pendulum now. Is this balanced? Yes, it is. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's move down towards the piece of lapis lazuli there, the blue stone, which stands for your third eye, clearing away the fog, which is all of those thoughts you don't need, all of those adverts that bombard us each time we go online, all of the little bits of information on the news that we didn't really need to take in, but we did. Other people's problems that are in your head, but of course mainly your own. Okay, so I'm going to just start working down you now, pulling out at your third eye, clearing any thoughts that you can't be bothered. We're going to change them, especially if it's winter in the northern hemisphere. This is the start of a new year when this is posted. Even though it's maybe a month or so in, it's still a new year. And you have spring coming, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, you're starting to wind down and rest for winter. either way. You have to be bothered, you know. You have to carry on. We have no choice. So I'm now just bringing light into you, bringing that pearl essence and that shine in. And then I'm going to draw the chakra. And even if I draw it incorrectly, I know exactly what I mean, so the intent sends it correctly. I see people rubbing symbols out. Don't worry about that. Your guides will correct it. And the Reiki energy knows that you know what it means, okay? So I'm just going to hold this up. So I feel a little crystal activation is also good for you. Just feel that sealing in the light codes and that beautiful colour of the midnight sky into your third eye. Okay. Okay, so let's work at the throat now. And here we are at this energy centre. So I'm just going to clear off. Okay, any sore throats that anyone has, we're just going to clear that. Any stuck words or emotions, we're going to clear that. Or if you've been shouting at people too much. None of us are perfect, but we'll clear that. Let's just check the third eye whilst we're here. Is that balanced? Yes, it is. Okay. Alright, so we'll work down you now. So, pulling out at the throat. All of those words that you didn't get to say. Or if you said too much. Okay, so I'm going to just send energy into this stone here. My rings will be reflecting back to you. And the shells on my rings are also abalone, but they are the New Zealand abalone called the power shell. And they do stand for forgiveness. And I will just find one of these shells for you. And they look like that. Okay, so I'm going to place that just here. Okay. So let's just send some energy back in now. Chakra. Wafting that in towards you with the warrior agate light blue and the stabilization of the labradorite. So I'm just gonna really working with this light blue stone, the warrior agate now, just sending that into you. And then I feel like I just want to set and smooth it off with this Lemurian calcite, one of the new calcites probably to come out of Pakistan. Soothing that in to the clavicle. And then finally with the ring, seal it in, seal in that forgiveness. And if you want to be forgiven, you need to try and forgive others. And I use the word try. If you're trying, that's good. If you struggle, just try to meet part way. So maybe you can gain a little understanding. I know it's not always easy to forgive. Okay, let's check this one. Are we balanced? We are. Okay. Let's move down to the heart. Does this need healing? Yes, it does. Okay. And we shall pick up this shell now and work with it, because these do the same, a different kind of abalone, and at the heart mainly it is forgiveness. So just pulling any of that hurt you've been experiencing. Draw that Reiki in. Also drawing that abalone symbol into. Drawing the Reiki down and pushing it into your heart. And drawing in that abalone. Sorry if it's just a screen then. Okay. Just pulling anything out. Breathe out, relax. Nobody wants anything from you at this moment, and nobody needs anything from you at this moment. Only your higher self. Okay. So we're going to shine these beautiful light codes back into you now. Back into the heart. And these look like the beach, don't they? Apparently they are this vibrant green and blues and purples because of the seaweed that they eat. Not sure if that's an urban myth, but I like the sound of that. Makes me imagine what the water looks like under the waves around New Zealand. The sea god Tangaroa moving around, keeping everything salty and cleansed down there, working on emotions with you. Tangaroa, god of the sea to the Maori. Oops. No more fingers and thumbs today, aren't I? Okay, so let's just seal in that heart center. Some very healing malachite. And do not put this into water and make a gem elixir because it is a toxic stone. It is very healing, but it is toxic for water. Okay, I feel I want to use a slightly more gentle stone. So I'm just going to use this river mussel, and I'm also just sealing with the gold and the pink. This is the outside and this will be the inside. And this is a freshwater shell, so it is a lot gentler. Just seal it, okay. I'm just going to seal and smooth over both the throat and the heart and the third eye and the crown, why not? Is that balanced? Yes, it is. Okay. And the reason I use so many tools is because I know you all like to see them. So that's why I use a lot of tools, if you're wondering. Okay, let's go down to the solar plexus. And let's use a different shell here. Let's use, I know what we'll use. Reach up onto my shelf over here. And we'll use this. We'll clear it with this turban shell from Southern Africa. Okay, so clearing at the solar plexus, pulling that out of you. Any of that clogged chi, that busyness. That pain, perhaps you get bad digestion. So let's work over the actual chakra stone, pulling that out. And the shell is heavier. Okay, so we're going to spiral in now, and we're going to use this spiral. But first of all, I'm going to draw this symbol. And we use this for a turbo boost. We use a play on words. Spiraling in that energy, and it's a slow release energy. We'll set the intention for it to be slow release, so that if you're watching this at night time, you don't just suddenly jump up. Kind of like brown porridge flakes or brown rice. Slow release. Seal that in just with the edge of that. Okay. And now I'm going to spiral it in to the actual chakra stone. Bringing in that energy. Bringing in that vitality. Bringing in that enthusiasm. Okay, breathe out. Okay, and just focus on the beautiful yellow of the bumblebee jasper and bring those light codes and that colour into your solar plexus. Fantastic. Rubbing that now. Okay. Is this balanced? Yes. Okay. And again, we'll just send in a little bit of gold just to finish that off. And a bit of fresh water healing, because this is a freshwater shell. Okay. All right, so the sacral now. And we'll use a cowrie shell for this symbol in Oceanic Reiki for the sacral, because it is a fertility symbol, looking like lady parts there, but also Some of these cowrie shells, the smaller ones, especially with the gold ring around them, were used as currency. Okay, so I think we'll start just pulling out any pain with those teeth. Pulling out any emotional issues. This is an emotional center. Any lower backache, any hip ache, any ovary problems, any womb issues, any fallopian tube issues, and working on any sexual healing, whether it's overactive or underactive. And just because we're working on fertility issues doesn't have to mean procreation of humans. We can talk about fertility issues of the mind, and the throat chakra will also work on this with you. Okay. So I'm just going to work on the stone now. That's got heavier too. Okay. So this is a piece of mookat, and I'm just going to send those light codes into you now. Crystalline energy. Just imagine those beautiful oranges and yellows, reds, filtering through, bringing warmness into this energy center, helping with any stuck emotions, working around that lumbar, just sending in the pain relief from the abalone on my finger, and if I turn it around, using the bigger abalone. Okay, breathing out. An abalone can be used as a pain relief as well as the cowrie shell. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to bounce the energy. Clear, clear, clear. Okay. And looping it into that infinity symbol so that the energy rushes around your hips and your pelvis. Okay. Breathe out. Okay. Is this balanced now? Yes. Okay. So let's do a little bit of root chakra work. Let's use this bit of smoky quartz. Okay, clearing out of the root. I'm going to pull it down the screen because you're sitting on your root chakra. So just pulling that off, I'm going to draw that Seihei key. Push that in. And pull. Just rubbing the aura around your root. So just imagine I'm working underneath your chair. Okay. Let's do it over the stone. If I hold that stone, that might be a bit better for you. Let me know if you can still feel it, because I'm always working on experimenting with ways that work on the camera for you guys. So if you can feel it when I actually pick up the stone and work on it that way, that would be handy to know. Or if you prefer it when I leave them down on the mat. Just working on giving you new interesting ways to view these healings. Okay, so we've cleansed it. Now I'm actually going to bring in, we've had the grounding of the quert that you're sitting against. Now I'm going to use the grounding of a sea urchin. So I'm just going to hold that there, rotate it around the chakra stone. Now I'm going to pick it up and rotate it around that chakra stone, in case that's a little bit stronger for you guys. And then I'm going to just hold it there so that you can see and feel it down the screen. The grounding of this lucky stone. This is what they called these in Tudor times in England. And the kids would go hunting down the beach for them, and then they would sell them as lucky stones. I have found a few of these on the beach myself, not this one, I had them stolen from me at a show and tell once, but hey, I found some others. This one is from Madagascar. Okay. Alright, just breathe out. Let's just check with the pendulum. Is that balanced now? Yes, okay. So, I'm actually going to move these out of the way, all of these tools, and we're just going to do one last thing. Okay. So I'm just going to work down, see it feels all even. Okay. And now we're really going to seal it in. So I'm literally sealing it in with this beautiful amethyst crystal. And just work down the screen for you. One, two, and three. So just imagine those roots of that apple tree spreading out down beneath you. And rooting you at the same time. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you to get a drink of water now. And either take it easy if you feel tired, or if you feel a little bit elated, just do some gentle exercise. Namaste, and I wish you a fantastic day or night ahead of you.